When the Epstein Files were finally unsealed, the world leaned in, watching. Names trended, accusations flew, reputations trembled. But one question remained. What does it actually mean to be named in the Epstein Files? Court documents are not verdicts. A name can appear because of a witness account, a flight log, a social connection, or simple proximity. Mentioned does not mean accused. Accused does not mean proven guilty. Yet, patterns emerge, and patterns tell stories. In January 2026, following the Epstein Files Transparency Act, the DOJ made more than 3.5 million pages public. The collection includes over 2,000 videos and 180,000 images. This gives the public an unprecedented, though challenging view into the records. It is a flood of information that requires methodical analysis, not hasty judgment. The release followed a period of political pressure and internal debate. In July 2025, the DOJ stated there was no client list and no credible evidence of widespread blackmail. Yet pressure from Congress, including members of Trump's own party, forced the issue. The result is a massive and sometimes chaotic data set. The files are not always in chronological order and contain countless duplicates. Understanding the full context is painstaking work. It is a marathon, not a sprint. Patterns are important. While a single mention of a name can be benign, repeated appearances start to form a picture. When the same names appear across flight logs, witness testimonies, personal calendars, a network begins to emerge. This is where investigation moves from points to connections. The files show how Jeffrey Epstein moved through circles of immense wealth and power. He did not operate in a vacuum. He cultivated relationships with billionaires, politicians, academics, and royalty. These connections were his currency. They gave him access, a veneer of legitimacy that he exploited for years. His communications included correspondence with former White House advisors. Flight logs showed that former President Trump flew on Epstein's jet more times than previously known. The documents link Epstein to billionaires like Bill Gates and Elon Musk, as well as an NFL team co-owner. He maintained connections with international figures, including Prince Andrew and Thorbjorn Jagland. This was not random. It was a curated network of the global elite. It operated on a currency of mutual benefit. Association gave him a shield of credibility. When seen with presidents, princes, and titans of industry, less powerful voices struggle to be heard. This is how systems of abuse are insulated. The fallout has been global. In the United Kingdom, renewed attention has fallen on Prince Andrew and UK Labour politician Peter Mandelson. In Norway, police opened a criminal investigation into a former Prime Minister. The documents show a world where normal rules do not seem to apply to a select few. Money was the engine. It paid for jets, islands, and lavish homes, the backdrops to his crimes. It bought silence with settlements and strict non-disclosure agreements. It funded high-powered legal teams to fight investigations and attack accusers. Social access plus financial power formed a fortress that seemed impenetrable. The most troubling question is not just about one man's crimes. It is about how our systems failed. How could this abuse continue for decades, despite repeated warnings? The documents show missed opportunities and ignored red flags. Complaints were made, but not fully investigated. Agencies failed to coordinate effectively. Institutions, law enforcement, and media were slow to grasp the scale. This was not a single failure, but a cascade. A now infamous non-prosecution agreement protected Epstein and potential co-conspirators. It effectively shut down a federal investigation years earlier. Despite the volume of new material, the DOJ says new criminal charges are unlikely. In January 2026, Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche reiterated that prior reviews found insufficient evidence to prosecute others. For many, That conclusion is profoundly frustrating. The files offer context more than closure. The danger isn't asking questions. The danger is assuming answers. Responsible investigation separates facts from speculation. The real work is to examine how our legal, political, and social systems failed. A name is not a verdict. The files are a tool for understanding, not a weapon. The story is not just about who was named, it is about the systems that allowed it all to happen. We must demand reforms so wealth and power can no longer provide a shield. The Epstein Files don't give us closure, they give us context. The real mystery isn't who was named, it's how he was allowed to operate for decades without consequence. In Part 3, we examine the system failures that made it possible, and why accountability still feels out of reach.